All right. So today's thoughts is pretty fucking easy ones. Okay. You know, I've learned that it doesn't matter what job you work at. There's always going to be people who hate you, an individual that hates you. I mean, you might be able to get along with some people, but there's always going to be a distinct act or actions that go on with people. Like, for an instance, I got along pretty good with a old manager named Chris when I worked at Pizza Hut. But the thing was is that I talked to him on the phone one time, and this is back in like 98. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm at like 43 hours. And then I went in the next day, and all of a sudden my shit was down to like 38 point whatever or 39. You know, it was just cut. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And you start to learn, like, and I was 18, you start to learn that in really over time, I've learned every single type of field, which we'll get to the main point. But in this particular one, which is corporate, is that people, they'll cut corners. Like, they'll work you and then they'll just cut fucking corners. And they don't care. Like, they need to keep it on. That's like a thing stressed from manager above the manager. They say, you need to keep it under this. It's like, we want the money and, we're busy, but we need you to lie and cut to keep under to a certain, minimum. That way you can get your bonus. This goes on in medicine. Doctors are just prescribing fucking medicines and I have no idea what the fuck they're doing. But that brings me to the main point. So the main point is when it comes to like doing art, graph art, especially graffiti art too, but tattooing, I've noticed that, like, this is the thing that I keep telling people. I'm not egotistical and I'm not fucking full of myself. And I totally give credit where credit is due. But nonetheless, I'm a simple-minded person that literally just wants to go to work and do an amazing job, especially when I'm tattooing. But my curse, in a sense, which is also a blessing, was the fact that I spent an abundance of time, an immensely large amount of fucking time, okay, to paint, study art, learn from other artists, people that were friends. Like, you study Picasso and Warhol and all the people from Goya and all the people from the times of our lifetime here, where you hear about these people, you hear them and you see them in books and you get to watch things on YouTube and such. But that was the problem, and this becomes the blessing and the curse, is because people fucking hate you because people see your art and they're just completely enthralled, right? They're just so into it. They're so like taken by it. The fact that you did this well, or you did this well, or you did this well, it becomes this repetitive problem, and I'm giving you a play-by-play and a cut-by-cut here. So about 2008, 2006 is when I started taking tattooing very seriously. So by 2008, I'm nailing it. Okay. And it's all because I sat there for like 2 years, because everybody always argues with you that you need to like grow up and move out and do all that shit. And I looked at it like, well, Samoan families and all kinds of other cultures, they don't really want their kids to leave. So everybody knows it's just me and my mom. It's been me and my mom for so long. Dad fucked up. It's not the greatest story, but nonetheless, we survived and we got ahead. So I took the time to say, okay, you really want this? You're going to fucking do it. Now, within 2 years, you're talking about one level of drawing. Now, bear in mind, there's a shit ton of graffiti under those years and drawing under. When I was 12 years old, I'm drawing and painting cartoon cells. Every single fucking person that I have ever met in my life has not done that yet. My mom used to take me to the Warner Brothers store in Arden Mall, and I used to be fascinated off of the Batman and the Bugs Bunny and everything they had hanging up, and those goddamn cartoon cells. They're not originals. They're printed. They're redone, so to speak. But nonetheless, the process is the same. So when you go back to like Disney, like if you think of the process for people that don't know, You're literally drawing on paper, and then your photography, you're taking photos of that to make the cartoon look good. Then you're going back and fixing things. And then when it's completed and you've got all the individual sketches, you do it on celluloid. Then you paint, and then you do backgrounds. And that's how we saw Snow White and Cinderella and every other single fucking movie you can imagine. And by the time it's 101 Dalmatians, inkers lost their job because the 101 Dalmatians is when they had a Xerox machine. So they took all the paper, so you got all the animators who animated on paper, and then they lost the inkers because they're just Xeroxing the fucking shit on celluloid, and then they paint it. So they cut out that part of it. And then by the time you reach Aladdin, that's when they put computer graphics inside of the movie, I think, for pretty much the first time, but the rest of it was drawn, you know? And like I said, it's art. Art's always fascinated me on many different levels. From Jackson Pollock's just splattering art or splattering paint with whatever he had handy, to, you know, the simplicity of just painting a fucking Campbell's soup can like Warhol, or how Picasso got down, or how Cézanne or Cés got down. You know, these are the people that I've paid attention to. I mean, there's so many fucking people in between. You know what I mean? There's so many fucking people in between that you just, like, there's one after another, after another, after another. So when you really think about things, especially if you want a tattoo, you really want to fucking have like an art background. So by that time, like I said, all that graffiti painting up until 2006, I mean, that's already, you know, 10 years of graffiti, right? I mean, I've been doing it since I was 16. I'm 42 now. So there's that. Then there comes, you know, like when you're in your younger days, like my mom used to go to work and leave me at home and shit, and I would just draw the Flintstones, and like I said, cartoon cells. So I drew everybody. Everybody got one for Christmas. You know, and this is me reflecting on an entire art background. And then came, you know, later years where, yet again, I stayed at home and studied and did even more art in different arenas. Painting people, painting dogs, painting cats, painting, you know, cartoon characters, learning to draw Spider-Man out of my head, learning to draw really any comic book character. I've got my own comic in the works, which has been, you know, done and put down and done and put down, similar to Joe Barr from The Crow, because he spent about 9 years making that fucking thing before he put it out. And then everything that followed, like, you know, the movie with Brandon Lee and all that shit. And I got to meet him, so he was a really cool artist out of everybody I've ever met. You know, so shout out to him, because he's like a really good artist, you know. But by the time I get to the shop and I'm working in a real shop, I get 2 people a job. And they're sitting there fucking getting drunk and acting like jackasses and downing me and criticizing me and acting like fucking stupid, obnoxious fucking assholes. Like, I remember the one night, it's like, think of this, okay? You're just meeting me. I already have the history I talked about. I was just on TV painting live on Rob on the Road 2006. I'm just getting into a magazine article, Submerge magazine, in like 2009. So it's like within this 8-9 period. And then I'm rapping on stage to like 200 people at the VIP. That's just one instance of many things that it will follow in this conversation. And you're calling me a bitch because I don't want to go to your house and get drunk when I'm trying to go to work at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you know, give me a cup of coffee and a fucking appointment at 10 in the morning, and I'm fucking excited about life. You know, I don't really give a fuck about anything else, man. It's an amazing feeling when you get to literally go and do dope fucking work on people. You get to, like, it's just you and them, and you get to sit there. And that's what I've always loved about art, is that usually it's isolated, but at the same time, you get to really connect with people, and you get to, you know, like I jokingly say, bomb humans. You know, I'm bombing humans. They're walking around with my shit, and it's great, you know? So, you know, the thing of it is that that's one instance. And then I had to leave that shop. I make it over to another shop by 2011. Okay? It's always a, we're going to hustle you thing. I'm going to act like I'm helping you, but really I'm hustling you. Making me work at 40%, talking that my art isn't, you know, it's a control thing. And people always want to say, well, you're egotistical. No. The people I've been around are fucking egotistical. Selfish, retarded, in like the way that we all know is fucking retarded, like not being fair. Okay. And I'm sorry, but that's, 2011. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm very into what I do. And it's literally a thing that's consumed my life to 10 hours a day. Like Jack Kirby would sit there and draw comic book pages all fucking day. It would take him, like, he spent 10 to 14 hours a day, every day for years creating. I mean, that alone will put a fire under your ass to fucking get on par. And that's just that field. Now imagine if he was a tattoo artist. Imagine if he was a graffiti writer. You know what I mean? Think about that. So I'm a combination of many different forms. Okay? 2012, nothing. Flat. 2013, I'm at a very, very, very cool shop. But it was only cool because it was literally like the owners would throw you the keys and leave you the fuck alone. But that would be interrupted by the fact that they're taking 50%, which is pathetic. And the fact that, nobody really seems to fucking care about the drive you have, and they don't want to fucking be the helper. They just want to take half your money and try to subdue you in a lot of ways. But I did have a lot of freedom at this shop. But that became the problem. It's like one day all of a sudden it just wasn't working. I'm like, I've been going to work here 7 months straight, every day, with literally a week off. And it wasn't a week, it was like a day. And then I would go another couple of months. So when you talk about Bishop Thrives, just understand that there is an insane work ethic going on up here that has just been so into art. And it's always been like, I'm trying to help you. Pause for a moment on the tats. In 2008, because of my art agent, we were at Sarah Jane's. Everybody followed me there, just like they followed me to a couple of these shops. And that's just facts. I'm responsible for people getting off their ass to go paint graph. I'm responsible for people getting it in them to get more creative. I inspired that. That's priceless. It's not fake. It's not like I'm just making this to say some shit that, I've made my own way. I carved that lane. Okay, so 2014, worked at a shop that the wife literally had the fucking nerve to say that the artwork that was hanging up was her husband's. None of the fucking artwork that was hanging up was her fucking husband's. It was mine and my coworker. We hung our art up at our stations, up above, high. And that was the thing. Then I started to think about it. These motherfuckers were using my name and whatever, little fame that I got, where they would see my art and say, oh, I want to get an appointment with Bishop. And they'd be like, no. He's not qualified to do what you need. And then the bitch would send him over to her husband. That's stealing. Straight the fuck up. That's thievery. You're not even being fair. You're hogging the whole fucking pot and then making us sit there talking about we need to go out and promote. Let me explain this to you. If you own a tattoo shop, it is your job to get business in the door so someone like myself can sit the fuck down and make $1,000 every day. Because that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm fucking used to. 800, 600, 500, even 200. That's what I'm fucking used to. I'd really go for the latter though, because I'm just so tired of killing myself and being this good, this on point, this driven, so everybody can just act like I have nothing. Okay? 2016. 15, I don't think I really had anything going on. 2016. Cocky, arrogant, dumb motherfucker who opens a tattoo shop, does not do art, is not on my level at all. Okay? At all. And that's not being arrogant or fucking mean. It's just, you're not drawing. You opened a shop, you gave like 5 people a job, and you're not coming to work and trying to nail it like the people on Miami Ink. Or just Sailor Jerry. Or anybody who fucking just wakes up and wants to draw for 15 fucking hours out of the day. It's, in his eyes, he doesn't have to care about artists. He just rips it off the internet. So as long as artists pump out available material, you can rip it off, and then you're always trying to get the bag of cash and the bitch that came in that's hot. Now, I know how it is. Okay? I can't lie. I've gotten laid because, for one, I'm an attractive individual, because I take care of myself, because I'm a decent human being, and women are just attracted to you for that. And then you tattoo them. And it's like, when you have that going on, I mean, that's hot, just like you'd go get a tattoo from a hot chick. You'd want her, you know what I'm saying? You'd probably want her. And that's just this thing that goes on in this job, which you have to learn how to respectably not try to fucking do, like the shady, shisty, dipshit thing, which is try to fuck every bitch. Now, this idiot, I have a friend who's a girl, and she went to go get a job at this shop, and he basically tried to fucking molest her. And this dumb motherfucker didn't have the nerve. That happened after I was gone. This dumb motherfucker, before he let me go, he didn't have the fucking nerve, okay, to come in and say, look, man, I got to let you go. Instead, he texted me after I had been sitting there trying to drum up business. But that's the thing. The elements and whatever is in the air, it's like things are not going to go the way you're trying to, even though your intentions are good, especially if you're in a toxic sewage environment, which so far, a majority of these places, I think outside of the first one, which it became a sewage environment, it's in your favor. Like, it might seem bad that you're not, but they don't need, they don't need you, because you are a decent person. And that's who I am. A decent person that's not going to fucking lie about what happened and what is facts. I knew there was something up with this guy, because he looked up at my art and he saw everything that was framed and everything that was hung up, and he was mind blown. Plus, which I haven't mentioned yet, I have tattooed myself over 70 fucking times. Okay? I have tattooed myself, I think it's almost 80 now. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to come up with things and fill in, and I'm going to do everything I can until I can't anymore. I can't do anything anymore, and the back will have to be done. The sides will have to be done by somebody else. Now, I've met, in my 18 years here of tattooing, I've met a lot of fucking people that tattoo, and guess what? None of them have said, yeah, man, I've tattooed that many on me. None. Because in some cases, they just don't want to, or they've done 5 or maybe even 10, or they'll say, well, that's for somebody else. See, I look at it differently. I only have some that are done by other people. But then everything else, and it's not crap either. Like, here's an example. I'll do one. There's the painting, okay? That's the painting right there. And then I got the bomb, and, I just did the chains, the Mad Misfit, okay? That's just some. All right, I've got this I'm working on, which is a heart, working on it. Jumped into it, got interrupted, had to stop. Did my version of a Playboy bunny, did the fucking, that one up there with the arrow through the eye. There's a lot. I could just sit here and do it all day, but, that'll be for another time. But nonetheless, I believe in myself, so I take it serious, and that's what I'm doing. Now, we're up to 2016. Okay, so pretty much becomes I'm just doing it at home with my homies in the hood and tattooing them, getting them all laced up, looking good, and that's pretty much what I did for a while. And I hear it more often than not with people. You just don't want to have to keep fucking hanging out. You just don't. Now, this 2018, okay? Same dizzy dumb bitch that was an apprentice, has only been tattooing for 2 years or a year or something. She says, hey, come over here to the shop that I worked at 3 times. And bear in mind, I've already managed this shop and did a damn good job and made it something. And I have a video from the time, and you can see it. It's a 14-minute video on my YouTube done by a friend who I have lost contact with, but he made a video that pretty much shows me in full. Okay? And I'm just an artist that's out here trying. That's it. And my work speaks for itself. Okay? This dumb bitch, every time she gave me a tattoo, all of a sudden, here comes a list of complaints from the client. Now, bear in mind, tattoos hurt. I'm not that fucking heavy-handed. I don't tattoo people and it turns into an oatmeal cookie. Okay? Might scab a little, might have worked a few spots, but nonetheless, I really fucking consciously think about this shit. I really do. Okay? One guy said he wanted the font that I picked. He wanted this other one. I talked him into this other one. He signed the paperwork and fucking agreed. All of a sudden, he's going to get laser surgery. And then I go to, on a down day because of my fucking, my bitch girlfriend who's fucking my life over at the moment. I see her sitting with this motherfucker. And I'm thinking like, yeah, there's something up there. Bear in mind that, yet again, it's the stupidest fucking thing. If the guy that owns the shop is not a tattoo artist, chances are it's not going to work. And sure enough, it didn't work. Because I'm sitting there making, 50%, not really making nothing at all. Everything is so controlled by this dizzy bitch and her fucking butt buddy in the back. Okay? And it just became their show. It's their shop, right? It's like, I'm thinking, why did you even ask me here? And that's the thing. I've got like 16 years on you at this shit. My tattoos in the first 2 years are looking pretty fucking amazing compared to the crap that you're doing. And like I said, she had skills at art. I can't say she didn't. She actually was pumping out some good tattoos. Would I let her tattoo something on me? Yes, I would. I would. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the grotesque sewage mind frame that people get in when you need to understand this one thing about me. It's not like I wake up every day and I try to go and get praise, but when people come into the shop and they see all my art, don't be fucking mad when they start saying his art. They talk about his art. Oh my God, Bishop's art. And they get fucking jealous. And I'm going to tell you something. I've never been jealous in my fucking life. You know why? Because it's a weakness. It is the dumbest and most ignorant and irresponsible fucking thing that anybody could ever fucking do. Is allow yourself to be jealous, where you find yourself trying to cripple that person, trying to down that person, trying to make that person feel stupid because they decided to draw comic books, because they decided to spend 15 fucking hours a day, because they thought about and felt and loved art so fucking much, they took themselves out of social circles just to fucking focus to be that guy that you will talk about one day like Picasso and every other fucking artist in between. You see, in my mind, I put myself up on the highest level. You know why? Because I keep my head down, I fucking work on this shit, and I ain't got time for your ignorant, dumb, faggoty fucking bullshit. Second tattoo I did was a bear on this chick who came in, and she brought her over, and I just needed to sit down and put a little more time into the mouth, but I guarantee you that this tattoo healed well. And it just becomes all these ignorant, stupid bitches, like, hi, I'm the hot bitch. Come get a tattoo from me. Rather than, let's see your flash work. Let's see you fucking, pick up an acrylic ink and a fucking calligraphy pen and pump out your own flash like you're fucking supposed to. You see, that's the thing. People don't even fucking follow the rules. And now everybody's using those stupid fucking dildo machines. You know what I mean? I don't care that the tips are that small and you click them in and it's quiet. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm old school. I like coil machines. I'm going to tell you something, man. It became so fucking annoying that it was 5 months of just depression to go to work every day and not have anything to do. It's just all the piercings were getting hogged. All the tattoos were getting hogged. It's like, you're the shop manager, bitch. Do you understand? You're the shop manager. Share the wealth. Respect the OG. Because, I don't walk in and swing my dick around and act like a fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? But like, in my eyes, you should recognize people. And that's the problem. People recognize you when you're on fire and you've got skills. That's the problem. They're like, oh, this guy's good. Better fucking start crippling him. Better start telling him that he ain't shit, even though he has a hell of a reputation. Fuck, I don't know. It's like all I did was I said, I'm going to fucking do this and this and this. I'm going to paint graffiti, I'm going to tattoo, and I'm going to rap. That's all I fucking care about when it comes to creative endeavors and ones that you can actually produce and make money from. I mean, we live in this world and we all can't go over the ice wall. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to be able to go there to fucking go get our own land and claim our own shit. Motherfucking ignorant, dumb people that fucking think we live on a ball and everything. Fucking stupid. This shit's stupid. So that's 2018. Yet again, 3 times defeated at the same shop. The point of this video was for you to kind of get the gist of me as a tattoo artist. I care about tattooing. A lot. Okay? One more instance. And this one, I will say the name, if you haven't noticed, I haven't named the names and it ain't made up. I can guarantee you that. So, I'll just leave it at this. These bail bondsmen decided in 2010, because I skipped that year, they decided to open a tattoo shop. They let a drunk, dumb fuck from prison run the shop. I go in, I get a job, I got a website. You know, I'm already like a few steps ahead of this tattoo artist. Just in that regards alone. At one point, he had the nerve to fucking say, "Oh, your picture of the Misfits that you did with pencils, it looks cartoonish." That's what he told me. It doesn't though. And one of these days, if you haven't seen it, I'll post it again so you can see it. But it sure as hell doesn't fucking look cartoonish. Okay. Now, this is the thing. In a lot of instances, you have people yelling at you, and that's the thing that through these years, you have people yelling at you. If you own a business, it is very irresponsible and fucked off of you to come in and find a reason to yell at somebody that isn't fucking doing anything wrong or obnoxious. He's just going to work and trying to be the best artist he can be. But that becomes the fucking problem. Everybody fucking hates you because you're, need I say, better than them. I'm sorry. Have you done cartoon cells? No. Have you fucking tattooed yourself over 70 times? No. Have you painted fucking graffiti for like over 20 years of your life? No. Have you fucking painted this type of canvas? No. Have you done this type of art? No. Do you even remotely care about trying to stay into a 20-hour-a-day artistic mode? The answer is fucking no. And then people wonder why I've got a fucking problem. I don't have an ego, dude. What I do have is a vicious fucking force inside of me that drives me every fucking day to get up and kill art. Because the competition's thick. And you guys are fucking just, little fucking fish in the water, dude, that are easy to step on. It's pathetic. I walk around with my head held high because I know that I have covered creativity. And the idea is to do something different. The idea is to do something that hasn't been done. Now, has everybody fucking done a picture of Michael Myers? Sure. Have they painted the house? Sure. Sure they have. Has anybody done a staircase face of Snow White with a fucking arm coming out holding a dagger? And there's an umbrella. Now, the point that I'm trying to really fucking stick to here is that there's always more room to cover. Do I fucking hate a lot of the people? No, I don't. You know why? Because that's just extra baggage. But I'm going to tell you something. I sure as hell never get jealous or fucking hate somebody unless they're giving me a reason to fucking hate them. I mean, if you're being a dick and you're consistently standing in my fucking way and acting like I don't have any fucking validity or, king status or however you want to gauge it, yeah. It's not like I just started doing this yesterday. That's why one time I got into a fucking argument. It's like, bro, I went with my friend Jay Terrible to the Wake Up Show, met Crooked Eye, rapped for him, and he gave me fucking props. He said, "You come scientific with it." This dumb motherfucker couldn't wrap his head around it and just had to sit there and keep egging me on, and trying to be like, "Man, it don't matter. Oh, That's what he fucking said. I'm like, bro, it's fucking Crooked Eye, fool. What the fuck are you doing? You haven't even rapped a full fucking year. I've been doing this since I was 19. I don't care about the progress that people think I need to have. Okay? At this point, I'm trying to make music and fucking attach the CD to a canvas and keep it like that. I ain't trying to fucking sell out and all that bullshit. I've had money and fucking bitches and, a lot of things from who I am, but there's more to life than that. It's not about getting fucking high every day on fucking cough syrup, walking around the fucking hood like you're the king of the shit, doing cocaine and, acting like you the shit when you ain't nothing but a fucking problem and a goddamn outcome of what was perpetuated by fucking people in power to make you stupid. Needless to say, I pushed him, he hit me, that was the end of that. That's it. And over an ex-girlfriend, by the way, over her fucking whore ass. It was really why, we were getting in an argument as well. But it's just like, that's the point. People like to stack and stack and stack and stack. And it's like, look, dude, I'm legit. Okay. As many years as I've put into everything that I do, I'm an OG, regardless if you want to fucking agree or not. I really don't have the time anymore for fucking useless hatred and ignorance. And if anybody would like to get a tattoo from me, I give it my best. Letters, all that. I give it my best. Everything I do, I really try fucking hard. And, like I said, the whole reason I made this video was simply because it's like a weight I need to kind of get off my chest. Is that I truly believe that, if somebody was on the stand and they kept saying, hey, I'm innocent, I didn't do this, it's no different. But the problem is that everybody wants to just hear something and then they want to say, oh, well, there's two sides to the story. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that their fucking side is right. I wasn't fucking causing problems. They were. I mean, fuck, after 18 years, I really fucking hate the fact that this talent it not only balances me, but it's a curse because people fucking hate you. They can't have you be better, even though you clearly are. And it's not even like I'm the best because I don't really think myself to be. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm just the best because I say so. There's a serious thought process behind me telling you currently right now. These are the reasons why. It doesn't matter about their art. They're pieces of shit. It just, do you get it? Like you're crippling a fucking legend. You're trying to cripple a legend. A motherfucker who got himself out of the hood a couple of times now from believing in art. It's depressing, the world we live in, and my only advice is that you're going to have to seriously fight through and be around good people that are going to uplift you. And that's the big problem. You see, everybody I mentioned in this whole thing, they're taking advantage. They're not trying to uplift. They're trying to take advantage and say, whatever, kid, get out of here. You ain't got shit. Their actions, their words are saying this. I just want to sit down and fucking tattoo. I'm trying to do the best job I can every fucking day. And through the years, this is what the fuck I've had to deal with. Dumb, ignorant fucking people who always want to take advantage of somebody who's putting in the work. You can't take credit away from a graffiti writer. You can't. You just can't. You can't. You're sitting there ripping shit off the internet, tattooing it, and you think you're some type of you know, king or queen or legend in the making or what the fuck ever. You're nothing, dude. You're stealing. You see, I'll draw everything on, just about. There's people that can draw Marilyn Monroe on the body and then tattoo it the same if you fucking copied it off of the paper. You know, that's the level that you want to get to. What are we doing today? Okay, it's going to cost you this much. You're going to sit down and do a good job. You know? I mean, there's, you know, it's really rough out in this world when it comes to this shit. And it's awfully fucking pathetic because of what we go through as artists. People always trying to, you know, finagle you and keep you at like 40%, or in some instances at some shops, it's like, oh, you're only going to give me like, look how much skill I'm coming in the door with. Like, I need 60%. I can't do 50. Fuck, especially right now with gas prices the way they are. Fuck, you kidding me? Glad I don't have a diesel car, truck, whatever. You know, that's it, man. It's Bishop Thrives, the quest for freedom, get your money, the human condition is what I'm representing. And, you know, I speak truth, dude. I hope that if anybody actually sees this video, you take into consideration that don't let anybody hold you back. Don't let anybody hold you down. Don't let anybody try to make you feel like you're fucking stupid or off or wrong because of, you know, chances are their drugged out mind that thinks that they're greater than you. Understand the rules, get engaged, and keep moving forward. Peace.